Step down to the get down.
All right, whenever you're ready.
5 seconds to the open.
2 men.
Make that 3 men.
No marketable skills. Always just one step away. One step away from the unemployment line.
Strip Club Radio with Tim Rhodes, Dane Hansen, and Glenn Miller starts now.
Showtime.
Oh, wow.
Well, pretty big show for us because we are waiting on Ludacris.
Yes, Ludacris in the house.
To call our show. Definitely by far the biggest guest we've had on our little Strip Club Radio podcast. Pretty exciting. The way it happened, well, first of all, hi. Thanks for listening to Strip Club Radio. Tim Rhodes in Atlanta. We got Dane Hansen in Vegas. What's up, Dane?
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
Glenn Miller in Dallas, Texas. And what happened was Chris lives in Atlanta, and he came in our club one night, and I was on the radio telling my manager, I said, hey, tell Chris we want to get him on our show. I'll wash his car. I'll wash his dog. I'll do his laundry, something. Just tell him I'll do something. And so I kept throwing it out there, and all of a sudden I heard the stairwell, guys coming up the stairwell, and all of a sudden, there he is. Ludacris in my DJ booth.
Wow.
And I didn't say hi or nothing. I said, hey, I do this podcast, and I want to go to the strip club and the radio. We could just... He's like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm Chris. He goes, I'm Chris. And he introduces himself. I was a little nervous.
Music icon, movie star, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I was nervous.
How many of his songs did you play while he was there?
I try not to do that, though. Do you? You guys?
Only if they ask for it. I probably think the same way as you do. I think it's they probably think it's a little cheesy when you play it just when you see him walk in. I think if they ask for one of their songs, then you should play it. Kid Rock asks for his music all the time when he comes in.
You know what I did do? I think after he left the DJ booth, I played the song that had one of his rap breaks in the middle, and I didn't even realize it. I wasn't playing it because it was his, but he did rap breaks on all these top 40 songs.
Yes.
And so it happened to where, yes, there was a little rap break of him in there. But after he left, my manager goes, well, that went well. I said, what? He goes, I said, you didn't prep him that I wanted him to do the podcast or whatever? And he was like, no, man, I just told him that you were a fan and you wanted to meet him. And he wanted to see the DJ booth. Yeah. So I'm so happy that he's even calling because he shouldn't be. Strip Club Radio, he should not be calling our show. He's too big for us.
He's not going to flow ride us, is he?
He might. He might just stand us up. I don't know. We'll find out.
Flow rider.
Then we'll have to boycott him too.
Hold on.
Man.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. He's here. Oh, shit. You guys ready?
Here we go.
Hey, Chris, you on the phone?
Yes, sir.
Chris, Ludacris Bridges, thank you. We had some technical difficulties, and he's on now. How you doing, man? Thank you for calling in.
Good, man.
First of all, I apologize for ambushing you at our club because Chris came up to the DJ booth real quick, and there wasn't 2 seconds where I was going, hey, can you do the podcast with the Strip Club Radio? And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So thank you for agreeing to come on our show here, man. We appreciate it.
No problem, man. Anytime things about strip clubs is involved, I definitely am agreeing to it.
Well, thank you.
Can I say, too, that one of the things that impressed me, Chris has been in the club a couple times, and I'm up perched on the second floor, and I can see him interact with people. And what impressed me the most is that you always acknowledge everybody in there. When somebody reaches out to you and says, hey, man, what's going on? So you don't blow them off. You're always real cordial with that. And I couldn't imagine being so famous and having everybody just come up to you every second. So I think that's huge that you're super cool with everybody that says hello to you, man.
It's all good, man. That's partly what the alcohol and the cigars help you do, man. They calm you down, you know what I mean? So I just got to drink a lot. And I'll be the friendliest guy in the world. That's how it goes. That's how it works.
Can you talk about how it all started? Because we were all talking about that Kimmel interview where you said, yeah, man, I started at 9 years old, but I had to lie and say I was 10 on my first song.
Yeah, my first song. I'm cool, I'm bad, I might be 10, but can't survive without my girlfriend. So I've been rapping since I was 9 years old, man, and just, going through the motions of rapping around my friends to getting in different groups to getting in bogus contracts all throughout my teens and just I just learned from experience a lot. So you could say that I did a lot of different things and, over a decade flew by. I started working at a radio station in Atlanta. And that's where I really started getting my music to all the producers and artists. And from there, I started making my own money, of course, doing clubs and stuff like that. And I paid for my own album and put it out, man. And from there, all the record companies were like beating down my door.
Unbelievable. So you wrote your own stuff and paid for your own studio time way back there?
Oh yeah, you had to do it, man. I had to invest in myself in order to really make it where I wanted to make it.
And so when you walked in that studio, did you have the beats down, or did somebody help you with all that stuff, or who produced all that stuff in the early years?
Man, I had a beat from Jermaine Dupri and like Organized Noise, who worked with Outkast and Goody Mob. So about a bunch of people in Atlanta that I created relationships with that were producers, and I did actually produce like 2 or 3 of the beats on my first album, and I just got lazy and stopped doing it.
So I gotta know, where were you the first time you heard your song being played back on the radio?
Man, I was probably at the radio station, because remember I told you I worked at the radio station. So that would have been the first time, but the first time I really knew that I made it would have been the competitor radio station playing my song, which they weren't supposed to do since I worked at the other station. So there you have it, man. I think that was the best part of my life right there.
Yeah, Chris.
Remember the first time you were out driving in your car and you heard one of your tunes on the radio?
The first time I was out driving in my car, man, he was probably on the way to shooting the video for it. So, it always feels good being in Atlanta, and like the first time you hear your song is pretty much like a dream come true. When
What's Your Fantasy came out, I remember we had a line of girls asking to hear that song every time they went on stage. Man, that was one of the hottest songs that for strippers, anyways, that has been around for a long time.
Yeah, strippers have a lot of fantasies, so it's a good thing.
Now, do you target a lot of the music towards the strip clubs? Because it's almost now where hip hop, once it's accepted in the strip club scene, then it can go mainstream. Do you think about that at all?
Nah, man, I don't target it. I just pretty much make songs based off of what I feel. Whenever you get beats, you just pretty much make a song and how you feel to it. Sometimes a strip club song will come out. Sometimes any other type of song will come out. So, I don't necessarily say I'm going to make this song particularly for the strip club. You just make a good song.
Right on. We all have daughters, and I know you have a daughter too. And the thought of some guy putting his hands on my daughter makes me want to kill him. How do you deal with that, being so popular and famous and having a young daughter? Do you talk about her and talk to her about all that stuff?
Yeah, man, it's just about being a good parent and just, having that type of relationship where you feel like you can talk about anything with your daughter and not letting the outside world introduce her to things for the first time. So I think that's extremely important.
Have you ever thought about somebody else doing that to your daughter? See, my daughter's 15. Dane has one. How old is it?
She's 19 now.
And Glenn has one too, man.
21.
I think daughters are way tougher than having a son, for sure.
Man, I only have a daughter right now, so I've heard, but it's definitely one of those things where you have to be daddy. She got to be daddy's little girl.
And how did you deal with just being like kind of an overnight sensation where you got so popular so quick and the money started rolling in and you seem pretty grounded? I hear great things about your mom. Did it all start with that you got such a great lady as a mom?
Yeah, I think I had a good foundation, man, and just individuals who are around me that will keep me to being, very, very humble, and they'll always tell me if they feel like I'm doing anything wrong. You need those type of people, not yes men, as a lot of people say, around you. So, it's important to keep a strong knit family and keep that foundation so you keep your head right.
You really stayed out of trouble, man, compared to some of the other guys in that industry. It's got to be tough with all the money and people throwing things at you all the time.
Hey, man, you got to keep working. You got to stay grounded, like we talked about. Keep it moving.
And speaking of which, so how did you go from that into the acting stuff?
Man, John Singleton asked me to try out for Too Fast, Too Furious, and this was like right at the height of, me putting out my third album. So with that being said, I remember actually trying out when I was on tour with Eminem backstage before I went on stage, and they got the tape, and John Singleton, he said, you got the part. And
so acting
there, there came Crash and Hustle and Flow and a whole bunch of other movies, and that's why I definitely love the acting stuff.
So that wasn't something you were looking into. You were all about music before. I mean, acting as when you were younger, you weren't looking into doing that.
It was something I thought about, but not given that much thought about. So once I actually did it, I enjoyed it, and I saw how much I loved it. And from there, I knew I could do anything.
So not one lesson, no nothing. You just jumped right into the acting scene because you seem really natural at it.
Nah, man, I never got any lessons or anything, man. It's really just sitting down with the director and the writer and really understanding the character and just getting everything right.
And they got another one coming, right? Because you didn't get killed off in 6. So
yeah,
you're good,
exactly.
right?
So, they got Fast and Furious 7. We're supposed to be shooting that in Atlanta in the next month, man. So we're getting ready for it.
And what's
Hell yeah.
So yeah. I want to be him for like one day, man. God damn it. So, what about the weed? How do you feel about the weed, man? Are you smoking that?
Man, you listen to the songs, man. I can pretty much tell you.
I knew that's why I could relate to him.
Yeah, because my buddy Dane is a big proponent of legalizing marijuana.
Yeah, I don't know anything you guys are talking about over the phone right now. Sorry.
That's right. Of course.
See, it's on the West Coast. It's legal, so I'm all right.
Yeah,
All right.
He's got
Not
one of
legal
them.
in Atlanta just yet. Then we'll have this conversation.
No, yeah, Dane's got the medical, the license thing, right? Is that how that works, Dane?
Oh yeah, I'm all legal, man. All legal.
Yeah, all legal. It's all legal all the time.
Can you believe that when you go to the movie and you see yourself on the screen with Vin Diesel, isn't that just incredible, hard to believe?
It is, man. Like I said, because when I did Too Fast, Too Furious, Vin Diesel wasn't in that particular one. So when they called us all back for 5, it was an honor to work with him and to meet him. And definitely, now we're all like family, man. Like every cast member, once they say cut, we don't all just go our separate ways. We actually vibe together, chill together. So he's a good guy.
How's your daughter feel about you being such a big celebrity? I mean, she go to the movies with you and see him and watch you. I mean, how does she react to that?
Oh, man, she loves it. She loves coming to the movie theater and checking things out, man, and just, seeing the progress of where I was when she was very, very young to where I'm at now.
That's my daddy. That's my daddy.
Yeah, can you imagine? I still can't get over how you deal every day with being so busy and being recognized. I don't know if I'd want that life. Is it what you thought it would be?
Man, you know what? It's more good than bad. That's the best way to describe it, my man. But, there's definitely some setbacks. It's my life. Everyone else's entertainment. That's how it goes.
Wasn't there somebody stalking you or some shit? What did I read about that? Where the
Like
guys
a
were
family or something stalking you, wasn't it?
No, they weren't stalking me. There was a time where the family was following us, following our tour bus from one city to another. So maybe you can't call them stalkers. Who knows?
Can I say, you probably don't remember this, but I did the Ryan Seacrest show back when he had a talk show. And we did this giveaway for Luda where this girl got to spend like the whole day with Ludacris, got to be on his bus and everything. And I was the guy that did the vignette for that on Ryan Seacrest. How do you feel about me now, Chris?
Oh, man, you moving on up in this world. You're getting bigger checks, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago, and I haven't done anything since. So, I parlayed that into a nice career. Well, so what's
It's all
next,
good,
man?
Keep thriving for excellence.
I know you're in the studio. What's coming next?
Working on an album called Ludacris, man. Ludacris, this is album number 8, so, we about 85% done, so trying to get everything right.
How do you feel about the music scene right now? Because as strip club DJs, we have like 500 guys, 500 strip club DJs who kind of work in this business, and we all talk and share music and talk about what's next. And right now, the music scene to us seems really flat. How do you feel about all that?
Man, I just think there's a lot of different kinds of music coming out and people, mixing genres together. So part of it is exciting to me that, you never know what's going to come next. And I think all the strip club DJs are the ones who set the pace for what the hell gets played in the industry way before radio and all that. So you guys have extremely important jobs, my man.
And that's it. And we get all this stuff, and we have to kind of listen to hundreds of songs before we pick one that's kind of out because we do play stuff way before the radio comes. But you're first on the list always, and we appreciate that because I don't think there's a night that goes by that not one of us plays a couple of the songs that you're doing, if not yours, a rap break, and some of these top 40 songs that you've been doing lately. How did that come about? Because I love the rap breaks and some of the top 40 poppy stuff that you've been doing for all these years.
Man, just artists, asking to work with myself and everybody vibing together. So, it's a good thing. You do one top 40 hit, another artist from top 40 is probably going to call you to get on theirs. So, it's word of mouth type thing, and that's exactly how it happens. So I'm just blessed to be a part of so much.
And you say yes to all those for the most part?
If I like the song, then, I say yes. I don't say yes to everything.
So you got to listen to it first, kind of like reading the script and deciding, I don't know if I want to do this yet.
Exactly, all of that.
So was the Justin Bieber song, was that for your daughter, or was that because you liked the song?
I actually loved that song, man. When I first heard it, I knew it was a hit song, and I definitely liked it. So, now about 6 years later, it's the #1 sold single in the United States of America.
Well, damn, they're saying that Chris has got to go. Damn it. I know we kept you longer than we were supposed to. All of us in the strip club scene appreciate what you do and what you've done for our music, and we look forward to the new album and new movies, Chris. Thanks again.
Thank y'all,
Thank
man.
you so much.
All right, buddy.
Thanks a lot.
Ludacris in the motherfucking house.
But there you go. Ludacris on our show.
Awesome.
It's hard to interview a guy like that because I wanna slow it down and ask him all kinds of questions, but then you get a little vibe that he's kind of just in a hurry to get it over.
You know he's busy and there's 1,000 questions. Yes, I agree.
So I'm sure well, I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sure we probably didn't ask all the right questions or make it interesting enough, but the fact that he just came on, I'll listen to this interview and think about 10 things that I should have said. I know that. What did you want to ask him, Dane, that you didn't really have a chance?
I was going to ask him about his new restaurant he's got in the Atlanta airport, but I don't know how interesting that would have been.
I wanted to know if he banged Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, more than that, the egos. I mean, he said he collaborates with all these other artists and stuff. And I mean, we all talk about our egos in strip clubs. I was wondering how the egos work when you're working with another artist and he's doing a rap behind the track or whatever. Is there anything that gets in the way, or do they argue about the way things are laid down when it's not his song?
See, that would have been a great question too. But then I start getting nervous when I feel like he's ready to hang up, and then I just even though I have notes and shit, I forget the things I want to ask him. I don't know, I'm not a very good interviewer. I'm learning along the way. The fact that he even called in was pretty cool to me.
It was so cool, and you are a great interviewer.
Well, here's what I was going to say to Dane's point is he is one of the rappers that has kind of remained neutral, right? He doesn't have a lot of hate towards him like some of these other guys do.
Right.
I don't think I've ever recalled him being super polarizing about anything where people go,
He seems like a real likable, down-to-earth guy, just real laid back, not starstruck, but not, doesn't have the big head about it.
If you've seen him on Jimmy Kimmel, he's a very level-headed. He says all the right things. He's a pretty sharp guy.
He is a very smart guy, and like he said, it all started with his mom. His mom's super cool and grounded and a great parent, and then like he said, he surrounds himself with people that keep him grounded so that he doesn't do dumb shit.
Yeah, he doesn't have the MC Hammer entourage where he's going to be broke in 5 years.
No, I don't ever see that happening to him, man. He is a smart businessman for sure. Yep. So there you have it, Ludacris on Strip Club Radio.
Strip Club Radio.
Wow. I guess that's all we have to say about it, boys. Thank you so much.
Great day.
Yeah.
That was great.
Take it easy, boys.
Thanks, guys.
So long.
Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Bye.
Strip Club Radio is coming to a close. But don't worry, baby. We'll be back soon.
Oh, yeah.
Go to stripclubradioshow.com or search Strip Club Radio on iTunes.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Bye-bye. See you next time.